Daniil, great to see you, our number 3 seed. Thank you for joining us at our Tennis Channel FanDuel desk. You had a tough match today against Sebi Korda. You guys have had some great matches in the past before. What makes this matchup to a point where you guys seem to always have good matches?
Yeah, I think it was definitely a great match, first of all. Then I think he plays well against me. He serves well. I mean, the serves today was pretty amazing from him, like the angles and everything. And definitely was a very challenging match for me after losing the first set, where he could have gotten double break up, but I managed to come back. Maybe you feel you can take advantage of it, but I didn't. You know that you have to win the two next sets on clay. It's going to be long, but I managed to do it, so pretty happy. I mean, in the game there was a lot of moments to discuss, like some tactical things or this or that, but in the end I'm happy I managed to win.
It's always about the big points, especially when you play matches that are so close. And some days you get them, some days you don't. Today you were 9 out of 11 you saved break points, which is phenomenal.
The thing is that I had out of 10 our first set, which I lost. So what I find good is that maybe I put some pressure on him by saving them. I mean, it's always good to save break points. It's better to save them than to lose them. But I always thought about the statistics, that they should have the statistic of break points.
Yep.
And how many games you save break points, because I think I'm not going to get too much into detail,
but I understand,
you can have 10 break points in one game, and you maybe lose it on the 10th one. And the statistics is going to be like, wow, he was saved 9 out of 10, which actually was in the same game and he lost it, so it doesn't really matter. So I'm happy that after that he had only 1, I think, in the match. That's better than saving them, and that was a good part.
That's actually a brilliant point. You're a very analytical guy, so actually are there other stats you think could be more useful in tennis?
I don't know, but this one was, I just thought about it today. I think I saw Bublik Shelton, and Shelton had a game where he had 4 or 5 in the second set, and that's when I thought that they should show how many games the break points were in. So like 9 out of 10, and in the, I don't know how you call it in English, just on the side they say 3, meaning these were 10 break points in 3 different games or something. So yeah.
Daniil, talk to me now at this stage. Each year I feel like you've progressed. Last year you won Rome. How is your relationship with the surface at the moment?
Definitely better and better. I still don't like too much playing on it. I feel that my game is doesn't suit the best. My movement doesn't suit the best. My serve is not that aggressive as on hard courts. But now, if even 3 years ago, it started last year, where I understood what I want to do on clay and how I want to play and how I can beat all the top guys by playing that tennis. And now I know what I want from myself. So the most important thing for me is to go out of the match and say, did I try to do what I wanted to do? Meaning like heavy top spins on the forehand, I don't know, drop shots, whatever it is. And if I do, then I'm not that frustrated. Whereas 2-3 years ago, I was frustrated because I didn't know what to do. I went into the match and I could play good or bad, but I didn't know what to do, and that frustrates a lot of people, the unknowing part.
Right. Your intent is certainly a good way to improve your feelings out here and being in the process. Daniil, you recently talked a little bit about sort of taking a bit of a break from social media. Can you talk to us about how that decision came to be? Probably something we should all do, but I'm curious how that came.
I don't want to talk about it too much, because I think social media is good in many ways, but then it can be a little bit, I will call it, even dangerous. And so for me it was I was never really too much into Twitter. And then I understood this year that it's actually very useful for my fantasy Premier League. So I started using it a lot just for fantasy. And then I started getting into it more, like reading more stuff. And at first it was so interesting. But then I got into like some, now what it proposes me is some crazy things, which I'm not going to talk too much about, but some crazy things where I caught myself, I'm reading too much of this crazy thing that drive me mad. And so now I really, I try to do what I can in my life. Sometimes I can be angry, I can be, let's call it, not good, maybe not respectful or something. It's important to then realize it and either apologize or just even realize it for yourself, and next time be better. And even if you don't do, then the next time And the thing about social media is that now everything stays forever. So we
Right.
laughed about this with my coach. You know, the video yesterday with Zverev's coach
Yeah.
or someone
Yeah.
who fell down. It's a pretty funny video, but do we know if the guy wanted it to be on social media? Not sure. Now it's there forever.
Right.
You cannot delete it. It's there forever, and that's a part that a bit afraids me. So I'm trying really to not look at it too much.
Yeah, I understand. Makes a lot of sense. Earlier in Australia, you had also talked about, I'm really focused on being a better person these days, kind of focusing on areas where I can improve, and it's interesting because everyone's so focused on the sport, on tennis, but focusing on that must help you sort of be a bit more at peace as well, and allowing you to compete better also.
100%, and it's tough words to say to yourself. It's tough work because the moment you feel worse, which for example in Monte Carlo I was very sick and I didn't manage to be a better person. I mean, mistakes, umpires can make mistakes. For sure, it was. I would love it not to happen, and I would be, and maybe there would not be no drama. But I exaggerated it myself. I kind of regret it, but again, it's emotions of the moment. Probably, if I would not be sick, I would handle my emotions better. But again, when I said I wanted to be a better person, I knew that some things would not go my way sometimes,
Sure.
and I would not be able to do it. But I feel like that in general, I managed to do it. I am feeling better in everything I do. I'm doing better at everything, and I'm happy about it. And the setbacks is where you should take a step forward. And after Monte Carlo, I feel like I managed to do it here, winning 2 tough matches where I could completely go crazy and lose the match. And that's what I'm going to try to do throughout the year.
Love that you're so open, man. Thank you. You'll take on Sasha Bublik in the next round. Do you feel in these conditions, even though he does have a big serve, do you have the edge?
Well, that's always tricky to say because you don't want to be here. Yes, I'm going to win tomorrow. But look, I'm going to try to do my best. Sasha can play well, and especially he likes to play here. Sometimes it's very important to, when you don't like clay, maybe other tournaments, I would be like, okay, I can, try to put some balls in the court and get into his head. But he likes to play here, so that's not the case. So just want to play good tennis. If I play 2 times like I played in the third set against Arnaldi and Korda, I think I have good chances. If I play like first set, I have less chances. So I'm going to try to play like the third set.
Always so much fun, man. Thanks for taking the time chatting with us.
Thanks a lot.